Hey guys, this is Rhys from the Vanguard team at Manor Realty in Windsor, Ontario. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Reed Renault. Let's get straight to it, Reed. This is our monthly market update. We do have some very interesting shifts that we've seen in the last month in the Windsor market. And because everybody's got ADD these days, let's just get right to it, man. I'm literally insulting our audience before we, not too salesy of you, Reese. Guys, this is us. Join our and subscribe to our YouTube channel for a lot of great videos. We are the Windsor, Ontario real estate channel. You can see that down at the bottom. You can just stop the video and screenshot that if you want to join us. And that's the best way to get to know what we're doing. Market update. Says May 2024, Read. Not May, it's August.
Not for May.
And so this is what you get, guys, when you work with a business grad. This is what you get. Yeah. I'm being an academic snob right now. So, Reed, I found it interesting. We did talk before we got on here. This is a seasonal thing that we see, guys. Look at the number of listings, right? 1,500 versus 2,000 and 2,400 basically the month before. And Reed, what did you say it was? And I think you're quite right.
Yeah, definitely a seasonal dip in August. I mean, back to school, amount of people on last minute vacations was very, very high from all the people we were speaking to and
Yeah.
clients. And yeah, so I think it's just, it's one of those things you're going to see pretty much every year in August.
Yeah. I mean, literally, guys, we weren't twiddling our thumbs. We were doing a lot of work in August, but you can just, it's a seasonal lull. Like everybody's gone on vacation. And I think I would have said maybe around August 1st, 22nd, Read, it really felt like it started picking up again, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely everybody back from their vacations and settling in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I find this really interesting. Guys, we're going to show you a bar graph at the end of this video that kind of further exemplifies this. But the median sales price, right, still hovering about the same place, about 410,000. So median is better than average to figure out where the market is, because if there's 100 houses sold, median is what did the 50th house right in the middle? What did that 50th house sell for? Right? If you think about it with average, if a billionaire buys a $100 million house and you're looking at average house price, you're going to go, oh my God, the average house price in Windsor is 800 grand now. It was only 400 last month. So what I like about median sales price is you can see that, over half of the sales are kind of still reasonably priced. Like most people can afford a $400,000 house. I thought that was pretty cool, Reed. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and just for contrast to further your point, the average, I believe, last month in Windsor was roughly $585,000. So right there, you can see that there's quite a significant difference between the median and the average.
Yeah, and you can see it again this month. And we're going to get into that on that bar graph. Really interesting to me. Because we can see, guys, we can see the drop in interest rates now having an effect. And we'll explain that in a sec. Months of inventory really haven't changed. It went up rapidly to 8, and it's kind of staying around 8. So even though we're flooding the market with a lot of listings this year, it looks like the buyers are catching up to that inventory. They're starting to buy. Days on market, you can see that creeping down. That doesn't surprise me at all because we can feel the market starting to heat up. And you can also see that in the sales to list price ratio, right? Look at that jump, right? So these houses now are starting to get bidding wars again, guys. That's what when a house sells for 10% more than the asking price on average, when the month before it was selling at about the asking price, which is still really strong. What that's telling you is there's more bids per house now, right? Very easy to see just with that simple little that measurement. So sales in August, you can see it's completely flatlined, right, with last year. And you will see again, I think now, and Reed, we're feeling it, aren't we? Like at some point, guys, in the next 6 months, the floodgates open because you've had, Reed, correct me if I'm wrong, 31,000 people moved to Windsor in 2023 and another
Yeah, that's right.
40, right? And then another
Yeah,
40,000 plus are predicted for 2024.
yeah.
Where are they going? Like at some point, like let's say they find enough places to rent right now. Great. Those people are all going to want to buy houses at some point. Let's assume those are all families of 4. So that's 10,000, sorry, That's 3,000 homes you're going to need for all the new people from 2023. And that's another 4,000 homes that you're going to need in 2020. No, 10,000 homes. What am I talking about? 10,000 and 7,500. So that's 17,500 homes between 2023 and 2024 that you're going to need. You don't
Yeah,
think that's going? Go ahead.
right at a time I was going to say right when we're starting to see interest rates drop too. So it's almost like a perfect storm. We're getting a ton of people flooding the city. We're getting interest rates coming back down to where people want to see them. There's no way that the market is going to stay stagnant for too long.
Yeah, and guys, I just had one of the most important sort of dignitaries in the Windsor, Essex area at my fire pit a couple of Saturdays ago. And there are some huge announcements, $9 billion of announcements coming down the pipeline right now. It's just the Windsor train ain't stopping, and I guess they'll know about another $3 to $4 billion in announcements in the next couple of weeks. If you're from Toronto, just to put it in context, $9 billion in announcements is like you guys getting $90 billion in announcements, right? As far as the effect per person, like it's insane right now, and Reed and I are going to be old one day and say, remember living through that? Do you know what I mean? Average price in August. We like showing you average just in case, but look at the big jump between median and average, right? The median house is selling for about 410,000, but the average price is 580,000. And what that tells you guys is there's a lot of higher priced homes starting to sell, and I'll show you that in a second, a bar graph. All right. I love the market activity bar graph here, because what it's showing us, guys, is that even though sales have flatlined, right, which is two back, right? So if you look at August over here, where I've got my mouse right now, sales have flatlined compared to last year, right? But look at this, market activity's up 10%. What that is there's more listings hitting the market, right? So you're seeing a lot of activity because of all the houses that are listing. When you have more listings in the system, especially in a housing crisis where people aren't moving, when people do start to move and they do start to list their houses, it begets more people and gives freedom for more people to list their houses. Because let's say somebody that's old wants to downsize, right? They haven't been downsizing because there's no sort of bungalow or ranch with no, stairs available for them to buy in the neighborhood they're already comfortable in. Right now, there is a little bit more. So now those baby boomers are starting to sell their bigger homes and moving into smaller homes. And this, of course, allows people to move up, that have 4 kids. They don't want to be in a 3-bedroom home for too long. Right. So, Reed, I mean, we're experiencing this, aren't we, in sales and listings?
Yeah, yeah, we always to back up what we talk about here with a little bit of anecdotal evidence as well. But it's exactly what us and our team of agents have been seeing for the last really the last 2 weeks. It started to seriously pick up, but we've seen it for the last few months where listings are starting to open up. There is more movement for people.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, you need, if you want to move 1,000 people, you need 900. Sorry, if you want to move 900 people, you need 1,000 listings. If you've only got 500 listings, nobody can move, right? Yeah, because they're all waiting for each other to sell their houses. So it all gets locked up, and that's kind of where it's been the last couple of years. And we feel like starting in January, we really saw a jump in listings for sale early, and so that will result in more movement in the real estate market. This is my favorite bar graph. I do want to point out one thing. You see this bump right here, 109 sales and 98 sales. Guys, these are 2 bar graphs in one. I don't know why the real estate board does this, but these are all in increments of 60,000, right? So these are the number of houses that sold between 300,000 and 360,000. There was 71. That's profound. Found. That's a lot, right? Same thing goes for 360 to 420. That's a lot, right? These look like bigger numbers. They're not, guys. These are, for whatever reasons, the board has made these into 120, 150,000 increments. I don't know why. So chop these two in half, right? So it's like 71, 67, 50, 50, 50, 50, 29. So if you think about it in those terms, it becomes that nice soft curve that I always talk about, this nice soft bell curve on both sides. What you're seeing now, if you've seen our previous videos, is these numbers are all climbing to the right. All right, so 700,000 and more, you're getting robust sales now where you weren't before, right? And what you're seeing on the back end at $300,000 and less, you're seeing it all drop off, right? These
Hmm.
are disappearing. They're becoming the under $300,000 option is becoming the dodo, right, Reed?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not because they're not selling, it's because it's not out there on the market anymore. The prices are just shifting to the right on this graph, and those price ranges are disappearing again.
Yeah. So as the interest rates continue to drop, but not that they've just dropped. So with wealthier homes, you're going to get people that are lawyers, doctors, etc. They'll study, right? I'm not saying other people won't, but I mean, the vast majority of people, $700,000 and more, they know how to do a sort of a rudimentary bit of research. And they're going to see the same things that we're preaching on here is they're going to be looking at what the chief economists at the top 5 banks are saying, and they're all saying the same thing, which is rapidly decreasing interest rates. So I can almost guarantee that 2/3 of the people that are buying houses between 700,000 and up, there's 12 houses that sold over 1.4 million last month. It's impressive, right?
Hmm.
We weren't seeing that, were we? This is the first month we've seen these sales.
Yep.
But I guarantee, guys, what it is these people are saying, okay, we're going to go variable rate mortgage because we know the rates are going to continue to go down. And we know that a variable rate mortgage has beat a fixed rate mortgage every year since Rhys was born 49 years ago, right? So that's why I think you're seeing all these sales kind of all kicking in now above 700,000 where they just weren't before, right? So you've got a glut of houses selling between 300,000 and 700,000. That's where the vast majority of the market is. But this is all picking up with the reduction and the continued anticipation of reduction in interest rates. You got anything to add to that, Reed?
No, I think you summarized that graph.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We don't need to talk forever. If you want us, there we are. You can pause that and reach out to us. And as well, the YouTube channel, subscribe to that. We also have a wonderful Facebook channel as well for investment, which is linked below. So reach out to us through those things, guys, and let's get you wealthy through real estate investment, and let's get you a home if you're moving down here. I'm Rhys from the Vanguard team. Reed, thanks as always joining us, man. Appreciate you.
For sure.